5:03 now. Foreign policy remains front and center as President Trump spends the holidays at Mar-a-Lago. He discussed an alleged targeted drug site as the Pentagon confirmed another strike in its campaign against Venezuela. The president also met with Israel's Prime Minister Kamal Afzali, reports from London.
He can be very difficult on occasion, but you need a strong man.
There was barely a sign of any private disagreements as President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stood publicly united at Mar-a-Lago in their first meeting since the fall. The president lobbed threats at Iran over Israel's fears that Tehran could be rebuilding its ballistic missile stockpile.
If it's confirmed, look, they know the consequences. Consequences will be very powerful.
The president threatened Hamas once again that if the group doesn't disarm, a key requirement to move his peace deal forward,
they'll be held to pay for them, and we don't want that.
Phase 1 also calls for Hamas to hand over the remaining Israeli hostages, alive or dead. But the body of Ran Gavili is still in Gaza. The leaders met with his family Monday. Meanwhile, Hamas says Israel is not upholding its end of Phase 1.
Israel's lived up to the plan, 100%.
The ceasefire has mostly held, but both sides accuse the other of violations. Humanitarian groups still warn of limits on the flow of aid into Gaza. Also Monday, President Trump was asked about a strike on an alleged drug site inside Venezuela.
There's a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats.
The president didn't say where or when, or crucially, who carried out the strike. The Pentagon has directed questions to the White House, though it did announce that the U.S. military struck another suspected drug boat in the Pacific, killing 2 people.
Monday's boat strike was the 30th launched by the Trump administration against an alleged drug target in the region this year. So far, more than 100 people have been killed.